think the 2030 work, it represents a different or a more emergent way of looking at strategic thinking. At our board, who are comprised of intelligent, values-driven and future-oriented people, got it. They absolutely got that what we were doing was telling a story, a narrative through 2030 that enabled the strategic direction to be as flexible as the infrastructure that was holding it. So for me, the advocating, the convening and the facilitating, they're critical. However, in equal measure is what the GRLI represents. So for me, it's an engine. I don't know if that's quite the right word. I was struggling to find one, but an engine of inquiry. So we are an entity that's willing to ask or to explore or to investigate the questions for which there are no easy answers, that we have to keep exploring, working with and allowing the questions to arise that are deeply challenging for us. In that sense, we, the GRLI, we itself symbolize and represent what I've termed sturdy agility. So that combination of the emergent and the deliberate. We have an immensely valuable and very important infrastructure. We have due diligence, we have good governance through the board and the guardians. We're held by strategic partners, AACSB and EFMD, and the founding partner, the UN. We have a very sturdy infrastructure around us, and within that, we have this amazing capacity to metamorphosize, to be agile, because I believe we keep that infrastructure, that internal infrastructure, agile, lean, able to adapt and change to circumstance. The way in which we convene, the way in which we advocate, the way in which we facilitate is absolutely crucial. So that whole person, bringing in the whole of us into these extraordinary times, it's what we're going to require. Relational innovation. We cannot do it on our own. We require the community that the GRLI convenes and takes care of in this climate. And it's a challenging concept, I think, is the more you put into the GRLI, the more you get out. And we operate really more out of expectation than entitlement. We're partner driven. We're not a membership organization. And in that sense, we are reliant and encouraging of the vision and the intentions, the actions of our partners. What they then find in the GRLI, excuse me, is an agency of change. So we are the body that will advocate, facilitate and convene on their behalf. I think the dashboard and the 2030 document is an incredibly valuable way of capturing what our partners are doing, what we're doing as a GRLI, and helping to prioritize where do we place our energy, because we will only have so much energy going forward because there'll be so many demands upon us. Where do we focus to 2030?